So I got some simple rules. Listen carefully. My task force decides who gets to operate in this city. You can kill all the criminals you want. Civilians should never be hurt in the process. Spill one drop of innocent blood, and we kill you.
You trying to control all the drug dealers in the city?
Try. Nah, son, I'm winning.
What's next? Cut up our game. It's the only way to get to the top.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. As you can see from the title, the thumbnail, everything, Drew, he did get arrested. He is in jail. We have to break all this down, where it's coming from, everything that's going to take place, how it connects to the new teaser trailer, and everything when we return for Power Book 2 Go Season 4, because I believe this will be taking place in episode 6. We're going to go ahead and break all this down, how it deals with Don Carter, and also the threat to his organization that is mentioned in episode 7, Drew tasked with handling that, and how I believe that will be Kamal Tate and how he connects to Drew getting arrested. So once again, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, leave all your thoughts and opinions down below. And also, you guys at this point ain't really no power content to talk about, so if you have any other character or anything you want me to specifically break down, you can put that down below in the comments, and if I find it interesting enough or I can make a theory prediction on it, I'll get to it. But let's go ahead and get right into it. So for starters, again, we got Drew's character description going into the season. I read it I don't know how many times, but I'll do it once again so we could talk about how it connects to him getting arrested. So his character synopsis says, Drew begins season 4 allied with Noma and his siblings as they go to war against Tariq and Braden, but through a series of trials and revelations, Drew finds himself back where he started, wondering where, if anywhere, he fits into the business. A new unforeseen alliance gives Drew a taste of the power he's been vying for within his family, but with all it costs, Drew has to come to terms with whether this is what he wants at all. After losing 2 lovers and a father to the world they live in, Drew begins to wonder if there's any true peace waiting for him at the end of this journey. Now, with that being said, at this point of the season, we could believe that this new unforeseen alliance is now Detective Don Carter, as he finally revealed what his master plan was all along, with going after people like Tariq and the Tejadas. And what he decided was the drug dealing game is basically supply and demand. So as long as I bring you down, there's always going to be people who's able to step up and take your spot. So what he preferred to do is let them stay in those spots, let them stay in control, but now he has power over them because he caught them in the act of doing something. So with this, he's able to keep the drug game intact but also protect the civilians, which is what he really wants. He proved his point right then and there, as one of the henchmen that was with Drew and Monet, he remembered him from killing a boy over 2 years ago, and he decided that since that boy couldn't go back to his family, you can't go back to yours, and he smoked him right then and there in front of Drew and Monet to show that he was serious. So now he has power and control over both of them. Now on to Drew getting arrested. In the episode 6 description, Devil's Playground, talking about Monet fights to get her family from under Carter's thumb. Now the reason I believe this is taking place in episode 6 is because the picture we have now got of Drew in the orange jumpsuit taking a picture with the director, the little clapper board says episode 6, so it seems like this is when it's gonna take place. We already got sneak peeks and teasers, like I said, from the black and white trailer, where we could see Carter's organization breaking into the Tejada's house. We immediately see Monet putting her hands up and we see them dragging Drew out. Don Carter did say that, I'm not gonna arrest y'all.
No, I'm not gonna take you to jail.
So what could have possibly led him to doing this? And I think that's where Kamal Tate comes into the fold. We know he kind of inserted himself into this investigation, kind of told Carter he wants to finish what he started.
All due respect, I just want to finish what I started.
And we seen them pick that up in like episode 3 or 4. He went with them to the burning van and they was able to connect that to Roman, and through questioning, Kamal Tate was able to connect Roman to Zion, and he had this feeling that Zion somehow connected to Tariq. But Don Carter was like, I'll do it myself, good work, but you could go about your business.
Yeah, I have one of my guys run that down.
Why? I've already made the connect.
My gut tells me that we should put our focus on the Tejadas and Tariq St. Patrick.
And once again, I think now we know this is because he wants the main players to stay intact. He doesn't want people replacing them, so he doesn't really want to look to bring them down. So even though Roman snitched, they gave up Zion and they could go get him right now, he didn't do it. He basically told Kamal Tate, stay in his fucking place.
And I'm gonna need you to fucking fall in line.
Now, what does this have to do with Drew getting arrested? I don't think Tate is gonna listen. He's so eager to get this job done. I think he's gonna run into evidence or catch Drew in the process of doing something. Drew thinking he can't get Carter go down for it because of Carter's organization. Kamal is gonna bring it to Carter and they're not gonna have no choice but to go get him. This is what leads into episode 7, talking about Drew taking out a threat to Carter's organization. I think Kamal Tate, the closer he is to the story and to Carter's organization, they're going to be working against each other, basically, with Tate trying to bring everyone down. And with that taking place, I think he'll try to bring Carter down himself or expose him, and that's why Carter tasks someone like Drew to do the job for him. Now, I talked about this in my last video before the Drew arrested picture even came out, and I said that they were going to eventually take out Kamal Tate. I said he was always the threat to the organization, but I pointed out that Carter's whole plan with doing this is that these drug dealers and criminals could take each other out, but he could protect the innocent because, of course, of what happened to his wife. And once again, we seen him prove that with him taking out Drew and Monet's little henchman because he killed another innocent person all that time ago. And I said Tate is technically innocent, and people said cops aren't really innocent or they aren't civilians, is what people in my comments were saying. But like, I don't know how you could justify doing it. Like, he's not, I mean, technically he's not a civilian. He put himself in the line of fire with criminals, but that don't mean he's not technically a civilian. He's innocent. When I think civilian, I think innocent, and Tate is innocent. He's just trying to do right by the justice system that he was taught. So it's interesting to see that if he really is this threat, if Carter does go to the extent of bringing him down. Maybe once Tate sets his target on Carter for good, it's when he decides, okay, I have to at this point, but we're gonna have to wait and see for that. And last but not least, like I said, with Drew's character description, talking about the unforeseen alliance, but it also describes him liking this new power he's gonna get. And I think this comes with him, of course, killing a cop. He doesn't get in trouble for it, basically. And this leads him into his next course of action through the rest of the season. As we see in the episode 8 description, it talks about Tariq and Monet still trying to leverage their way from under Carter, but it says Kane and Drew are competing for the streets. So we know throughout this season, we heard him tell Diana that he wants to be known as number 2. He don't want to work under Kane, that Lorenzo knew he was better than Kane. We saw him try to bring down Obi so that he could move up. Him and Kane was fighting about that as well. They have been competing for that spot, and now Kane basically kicked them out the game after finding out what they did to Monet, of course. So this is Drew's way back in, sort of. He told Monet within the last episode that he was done after they did that one more mission, but after the Carter situation, he's kind of stuck in the midst of everything, and I think this puts him back in a battle with Kane for the streets like it describes. So this gives Drew everything he wants, and he's finally gonna go to war with Kane for the rest of the season. Will it come at the expense of Kamal Tate? We'll have to wait and see. Overall, that's it for this video. You can put your thoughts and opinions on everything down below in the comments. With this new picture coming out, we for sure know Drew is getting arrested. This is my theory of how everything leads up to that point, especially because, like I mentioned earlier, he told them he wasn't or can't arrest them. He's not gonna do it. So my only reasoning for him doing it now is either 1, to show his dominance or power that I mentioned in a prior video, or 2, Kamal found evidence they can't not do it, or he's gonna realize something is up. But once he becomes too much of a problem, Drew is the one he's gonna task with taking him out, especially if he's the one who brought Drew down. It says Drew is trying to protect his family. We have a lot to wait and see. Once again, this is happening in episode 6. The clipboard showed that this takes place in 406, so we have a lot to look forward to. I'm expecting a new trailer to come out within next week or 2, maybe early August, so we're gonna have a lot more to break down. Once again, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know any other characters or videos you want to see, but I'm out.